Welcome to Junk to Gems Live at 5. Talking to all you guys and gals out there. No. uh, how's it going, y'all? It is wet here as usual. I know that's sad to say for here, especially July, and it's wet again. So who we got? Paul was the first one I seen. We got Gene Martin, West House, Cassie's Kitchen Creations. What's happening? I don't know who else is in here. Let me scan back up real quick. See who we got in here. There's Beth and Neil. All right. Let's see. I remembered this time, y'all. There's Gwen. What's happening? Yeah, Mary's back here in the back, and Shorty's over here playing with something. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, trying to find a pencil sharpener. So yeah, it's wet again, y'all. It started last night sometime. I guess a little bit last night, and then mainly hit us today. I guess they got it over there on the mountain pretty good last night, but we didn't get mainly just a few drops last night. But then this morning, it's been pretty much all day long going. Great picture and sound tonight. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You can see we've been rearranging around here a little bit and getting our insulation and all that stuff and everything tightened up in here. There's Flyover Urban Gardens. Howdy, howdy. Neil, what's happening, bud? He's driving. All right. Well, be safe out there, especially if it's raining, bro. But yeah, it's I had to rearrange my desk and redo some things up here at my desk. So I think that's why the picture's a little better and the sound's a little better, Paul. There's Joe. What's happening? What rain? Yeah, you keep on saying that. Keep on telling that lie. Because I'm looking at flooding out here again. So, yeah, it is raining. Neil, all right. Well, be safe, brother. Oh, man. Yeah, you see Mary back there, too? She's hanging out with us. But, yeah, it's, like I said. I'm in there. So, if y'all haven't heard the crazy news about David, David's account got hacked. So, he's saying the SLR was telling everybody the best thing we can do for him, being he can't put out any videos, is go ahead and just put his playlist on play, and that way he's still racking up some views while because he's not going to be able to put anything out for a few days. I'll rearrange my desk. I wish. There's Ace. What's happening? No rain there. Well, it was likely. I just walked out to the shop a few minutes ago to see how bad the flooding was out there, and it wasn't real bad, but it was starting to sprinkle again. So I'm hoping maybe it's done for the night. But let me check the weather real quick, see what it's supposed to be doing. Because I know we're expecting more tomorrow, which is horrible, but unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, not a whole lot you can't control Mother Nature. I think this year she just wants to she's just on a rag roll. Well, I'm not seeing any there. I see there's still more coming though, just so y'all know. You can see it. Let me see if I can show it to you. Can we get it up there? Yeah, there's more coming. Stanley York Sr., what's happening? If you're in our area or anywhere near our area, it's coming. But anyway, it is, like I said, we can't control Mother Nature, so we just keep on dealing with it. So we did get to see Levi the other day. Him and David stopped by there for a minute, so we got to see them. All around here, but it'll wet on us soon. Yeah, it's surely coming. There's Mike Birch. What's happening, Brown? So yeah, it's definitely coming. But again, at least we got some dry for a few days. And as long as the shop doesn't flood anymore, I'm any more than what it is, I'm good with that. At least I can do something out there. So that's what I'm hoping for. So right now, I'm planning on putting more dirt inside the shop there and filling that in at some point. But you know, right now it is. I just got to keep dealing with it. But we did get a bunch done yesterday, and you'll be seeing that tomorrow. And we actually did a bunch more around the barn area. So I'm hoping y'all will like what you see there, because that's it definitely made things look a lot different up here. There's Dink and Tank. What's happening, y'all? Oh, who else we got there? Rain's not Mother Nature. All the rain is Mother Nature's fault, and not the weather department lacing skies with more rain. Well, you know that's I can't. There is no telling. Be honest with you. I mean, I don't get into all the conspiracy theories and all that, but there is no telling what the government does anymore. I know the government does some crazy stuff, you know, because I was dealing with it for a long time. And so I get that there is a lot of stupid stuff going on, rain seeding and all that kind of stuff. Um, those y'all wouldn't be number one for long. There's a Stella Knox, still at work, 15-minute break. Oh man, that sucks. Well, at least you got a 15-minute break. Come hang out with us. That's awesome. Um, so you know, like I said, there's a lot of crazy things that the government does that they don't want us to know about, and you know, all the governments. It's not just the United States. There's Gary TP. Hey, got back on YouTube. Gary said he was having a hard time the other day getting on YouTube. There's Reverend Joe Jacobson from Eastern Iowa. Yeah, who is it? I told that joke about what Iowa stood for the other day. uh, but Joe, I got to meet Joe, y'all, and Joe is a super nice guy. Him and his wife are really awesome people. Um, see, I'm scanning up here real quick. Bear with me a second. Um, okay, there we go. I'm caught back up. Stanley and Gary. But, oh, well, I missed that one there somewhere. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm with you now. Yeah. That's that blonde. See, I got it down today, so it's pulling on all the brain strings. Ariel, what's happening? Shalom. Iowa, it's only weekly allowances. Ah, that's funny. There's Shiloh Acres. What's happening? Just got back from northern Michigan for the fourth visiting family. Oh, cool. Northern Michigan. What part of northern Michigan? Because you know that's where a lot of my family is up there too. Is up in around northern Michigan. I mean, I've got family pretty much all over Michigan, but I was just wondering about where. You know, not to mention you got Michigan Life above the 45th parallel. They're up there, and now they're officially up there full time. I seen where they were making all them moves, and man, I feel for them. At least they didn't have, you know, 1,000 miles to go like we did. It's been said I ought to went around, right? Well, Joe, if it's so if we're gonna get into those jokes, then I, as a truck driver, former truck driver, we used to say idiots out wandering around. There's Petrus. What's happening, my friend? Diamond Ridge. Welcome, welcome. Rachel. Oh, there's Rachel. All right. Howdy, howdy. So yeah, it was, that was. You haven't been. Oh, Reverend Joe. I thought you were at the meetup. I thought that was you I met at the meetup. Okay. I'll have to. I could have swore I met you at that meetup. Okay. Well, never mind. Always here though. That's the important part. Uh, Houghton Lake and Cadillac. Was hoping to see Jason and Clarissa. However, vehicle issues set us back. Man, you ain't got that custom van done yet? Oh man. So Houghton Lake, that's actually where my mom is originally from, is the Houghton Lake area. I mean, that's kind of where she grew up as a little kid, is the Houghton Lake area. See, Ranky, I have a panic attack if my computer crashes, but I have access to income making accounts. Eek. David is such a good guy. Wish YouTube would support. I agree. I wish they would support us better, but you know, I can't say is there is a better life. I mean, I wish I was making a whole lot more money doing this, but I can't say there's a better life out there for making a living doing this. Um, yeah, the construction, you know, was nice. They're Charlie and Grady, but you know, and it made really good money doing it. But on the same note, I'm getting old now, so you know, I mean, I'm fixing to be 61, so doing that and hanging like that anymore is just not an option for me. So I'm glad I've got this, and yeah, I'm still working on trying to get my VA stuff, you know, but that's a long drive back and forth to even try to get, and then trying to get the appointments with everything going on in the world. It's just crazy trying to get that happen, make that happen. You know, I've got to get my eyes fixed and get new glasses, but um, I was just starting to like you too, Paul. He said, you know, I used to tell my buddy Joey all the time. I said, man, you're so old. Dirt doesn't call you daddy. It just says, um, what was it? Yeah, you're older than Dirt. Dirt doesn't even call you daddy. It calls you grandpa. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, like I said, the construction just ain't what it used to be. You know, I just my body can't hang like that anymore. You know, and I get a lot of crap a lot for, you know, starting one project here and then moving to another project, not finishing a project. And it's, you know, I do what I can according to what my body allows me to do. And so, you know, that's what I do. There's Jan, what's happening? And you know, and sometimes the weather dictates that, and you know, it is what it is. Buzzing with bees. We have watched you and wife ever since you lived in Florida. Keep up the good work. Bless you from North Carolina. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that very, very much. Um, Buzzing with bees. That's kind of a cool name. Don't ask Miley about bees. No, she don't like bees. Especially the wasp. They seem to like her a lot, like her head a lot. When we first got on the property, she got stung right in the top of the head. uh, Say hi, Paul. So other than that, like I said, I'm hoping y'all come over and watch the video tomorrow. You'll see a lot of what we got done tomorrow, and some more big changes are coming with that. Oh yeah, there ain't no doubt. Bees are good. I mean, especially the honeybees. You know, they're the ones that keep all the food growing. So I'm not going to complain about them. It's the wasp. I don't really care. Uh, Watched the clip earlier about David, the forms David had to fill out to wired info he needed. A green screen, print screen. Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually asked David about that a little while ago about keeping that form around just in case. Okay, we're the same age. So, and I actually, once I found out, you know, all of that stuff, you know, that he required to have to fill out that form, I went ahead and wrote down, Mary and I both did, wrote down all our info on our channel and all that kind of stuff, just in case. So that doesn't happen again. Or, so it doesn't happen. If it does happen to us, we're a little more prepared. So I should say that. There's Lawrence Smith from Kentland, Indiana. I don't know where Kentland's at. There's Woods Bound. I thought it was fairly familiar, but Kentland sounds like a pretty small town that I probably might have been through or something at some point because I've been all over Indiana. Yeah, be prepared. I agree, Rick. It's you got to, yeah. You know, especially after finding out what David had to go through, and like, I don't have that information wrote down. Well, I wrote it down. I'm making 2 copies of it. One's going in a safe, and I'm keeping the other one stashed just in case. And same thing with Mary. I actually wrote it down on paper so that way we don't have. I was actually going to take a picture of it, but Mary suggested writing it down, just in case, because if they hack your phone, or all your pictures are in Google, and they decide to go through all those, well, guess what? Then they've got all your information right there too. So we just physically wrote it down. But YouTube really, like like she said earlier today, YouTube, you cannot beat it for a way to make a living. I mean, especially for someone like me that's at that point in your life where you can't keep competing with the younger guys, at least as far as what I do for a living anyway. I mean, yeah, if I was still in a truck, Kentland is in Indiana. The clue is what Lawrence told you. Kentland, Kentland, Indiana. All right, I got to scan back up with that one, Paul. Now. Oh yeah, it definitely gets cold up there in Houghton Lake. Let's see. Oh, I can't find it, Paul. uh, what Lawrence told me. Huh. All right. Well, I lost on that one. Okay. Kentland is in Indiana. Yeah. The clue is what he told me. All right. I can't find it now. I'm gonna search for it now because now that sounds like a riddle that I've got to solve. And don't mind my weeds, we feed bees. I like that one too. All right, where's it at? Can't been that far up, is it? What was it?
Yep, everybody's here laughing at
you. Yeah, we are staying cool for the most part. I mean, it's the 2 window units are going. When it gets super super hot, the insulation's helping a lot, and all that other stuff that we've done around here is helping quite a bit. As you can see, this wall right here behind me is still. We still got to insulate that wall over there, and do a little more there around that window. The big piece of glass that we had in the back of my truck. I'm trying to measure that so it can see about putting it up here. So I think that'd be very cool. Don't like toast. Uh, I don't like toast. That's why I change my profile name every so often. I'm just Deb in BC, California, BCCA. Is that British Columbia? Okay. So you change your profile name every so often just because of that, but you just Deb. I like it, Deb. Lawrence Smith, hi from Lawrence Smith, hi from Kentland. Who told you it's in Indiana? No, I don't get it. Is it that blonde is really hitting hard now?
That blonde is totally got you today.
Well, I guess we're going to be at the meetup. It's supposed. I mean, as long as it's here, yeah.
Definitely.
It's the ones that are 4 or 5 hours away. Those are the ones we can't deal with. Just because we got these goofballs over here and all that kind of stuff, and it's just I don't know. I'm just doing it. Still, it is still going over my head, Paul. Yeah, it is. maybe I'm looking at it too literally. Yeah. That one went over me like a fighter jet. So fast I couldn't even catch the tailwind on it. Hey, Jay Granados. I know, right? That's why I got my hair down. Like I said today, it's pulling on my brain strings today. Damn. Over here, I was choking on myself. I am about 90 miles south of CH. 90 miles south of CH. CH. Damn. It's in Indiana. That's the joke. Okay. Yeah, it still went over my head, man. I lost that one altogether. Where is Kentland? Yeah, I knew that was in Indiana. uh,
Hi.
there's Shorty. I gotta check out her cool chokers here. She's been making these. Oh, they had to cancel Tip Up Town for several years in a row. It's definitely not a tourist town anymore.
This one's my favorite movie.
Half the motels are out of business and permanently lived in. Wow, that's crazy. I know Tip Up that. I mean, we still do, as far as I know, Quincy around the lakes and Michigan. We used to still do the tip ups all the time. Have the snowmobile races on the lake and all that kind of good stuff. Alicia, what's happening? Says hi, Mary Miley.
This one's my favorite.
That's your favorite? So these are the chokers she's making, y'all.
That's one of 3.
Yeah. So they got, oh, okay, elastic bands and everything.
Yeah.
Kimber K.
Plus, if I put it up my arm, it can be a bracelet right around here.
Oh, thank you very much, Kimber. We appreciate that. Okay, Alicia. I missed that one. I missed Alicia. Oh, hello, Alicia. um, yeah, that she's somebody sent her a whole boatload of beads, y'all, and she's been doing a lot. There's Jonesy. What's happening, mate? Buddy, Ryan, at least it cools. It cools you down. 35 degrees. Yeah, it cools you down, all right. 35 degrees, no. That's the kind of cool, man, where you're bundled up from hell. At least us Florida people are anyway. That 20s this winter, man, that was like, and all that snow, that 13 inches of snow. And it's kind of funny about snow. Is the cold weather in Florida, we didn't get the snow. But it got so cold to us, like because of the humidity we get even in the wintertime, it'd be like, just man, crazy cold. Barbara Hopkins, who is planning to 2026 Mino. We plan on going to Mino. That's only, I mean, that's not a very far for us. So I know I am still kind of a Floridian in a way, I mean, I've been down there, God, 20 some years, almost 30 years, I guess I was down there. So, with the cold up here when it snowed, then it wasn't all that bad out there. It was actually kind of nice. But then when it's not snowing and everything's melting, that's when it gets really nasty cold. Hopkins Dirty South Homestead. My favorite. Hey y'all, my favorite Jan. Oh, there you go. And the Waltons. Hi, Judy. See, Paul always pops up your first name up there, which helps me out a lot because he knows them all, and I don't. I mean, Paul's got that going on, man. It's like old Cindy Brown there, info ninja.
I'm gonna start
Uh, it is getting there slowly but surely. Yeah. The slowest part about that making that water feature though is collecting the rocks, y'all. Like, I mean, you just don't understand how many rocks it takes to make one of those, you know, especially one that's 30 feet long, you know, like that. And, you know, we don't have the great big giant rocks to fill in all those spots. So we've got to do it out of little bitty rocks. So we're still collecting rocks. Like we've got, in fact, I'll probably show you, I'll go out there in the morning and put it in the video for tomorrow and show you the rocks that we've got collected so far. And we still need probably 2 or 3 times that before it's before we can start really starting to put it together. My wife is having a biopsy over the lung next Monday. Oh man, yeah. Prayers for you, Mike, for sure. Prayers for her. Man, at least the biopsies aren't horrible. I mean, that's usually a pretty small operation there to make that happen. But it's still a biopsy, you know. I mean, anytime you get cut on, and God, I know about getting cut on. I've had probably, shoot, just that last wreck I had in 2014, I had 13 surgeries over that one alone, you know, and that didn't count all the other surgeries I've had in my past, you know. I've had my knees, my shoulders, my elbow, hands. Yeah, I've been down that road quite a few times. Yeah, definitely. Prayers for the wife there. I agree with that. Well, hopefully everything turns out for you there, Mike, tomorrow. Well, you know, we'll be sending some positive healing energies out that way and hope everything is going great. Midnight Vlogs. California March was a snowstorm in Ontario, Canada, where I live, and it was like 40 degrees. Was in shorts and t-shirt, and people who live in California was all bundled up, right? I know it's like you know, I went to see my mom and my stepdad one year, and you know, I left Florida, and it was, of course, it was, you know, 80 degrees when I left Florida, and got up there, and it was like 40 degrees. The next morning when I got up, and it was freezing that night on the way up. It was really cold because I had to stop. I even had to stop and put cardboard. I had to buy a case of beer and take the cardboard from the case of beer because they wouldn't give me any boxes. So I thought, you know, I'll have the beer at the same time, but I put the cardboard in front of my radiator just so my truck would warm up. You know. uh, but yeah. Anyway, 40 degrees like that. I get up the next morning, you know, and I go out there and hanging out with my stepdad, drinking coffee on the porch outside, and he's sitting out there in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's 40. And I'm like, "You're not cold?" He's like, "No," and you can see the steam coming off of him. Like it was no big deal to him. I'm out there in my overalls and winter jacket and hoodie and the whole 9 yards, you know, about to freeze to death. Uh, there's David Muffet. What's happening? Rose Chastain. I'm trying to scan back down and catch up, y'all. Oh, being from Canada, yeah, y'all come down to, y'all go down to Florida one time and y'all are roasting 60 degrees and y'all are tearing clothes off and putting your shorts on, you know. We're all bundled up. Uh, Unusually cold weather in California. I think the weather's just been nutty everywhere. It's like, do y'all remember that major earthquake in Japan that one year? And they said it tilted the Earth's axis a little bit, and that's causing the weather patterns to change. You wouldn't think a half a degree or 1 degree would change that much, but it really has. Um, I was watching one of them channels the other day about that. How do you make the tincture? Tincture. I went to the chemotherapy today and checked, and I'm doing great. Still no chemo for me. Yay, that's great. Great news. No chemo. Sun's just peeking out now, or whatever. At whatever we at 8:30 in the morning. It's 39. We're getting a bit of temperature spike. 39. Uh-oh, Jonesy can be getting out of shorts at 39 degrees. 8:30 in the morning. That's crazy though. 8:30 in the morning over there. You know, isn't that wild? The other side of the planet. You know what I mean? And here we are able to chat on a weekly basis like this. Oh yeah. Well, when I was a kid, you know, it wasn't nothing for me to go out and get firewood, shorts, like no big deal. Go out there in shorts and no shirt and grab firewood, load it up, and you know, half the time, the only time I'd even put on a reason I put on a shirt because I want to get a bundle, you know, so I didn't have to make so many trips. But that didn't faze me at all. I've even went cut a hole in the ice and went swimming. Off to rainy Alaska next week. Well, that's awesome, Barbara. That's got to be a cool trip. I've been there a few times. There's Kathleen Sasser from West Virginia, West by God, Virginia. There's Auntie Ann. What's happening? I'm trying to catch up on the chat, y'all. They got me um using a microphone to talk, but chat, text to talk. Sure, this one doesn't understand my Australian Tasmanian accent. Well, it depends on how bad the accent is there, Mike. I agree, David. The older we get, the more we hate the cold. That's why you got so many Yankees living in Florida. Cloud seeding. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about the cloud seeding because you know I've watched so many videos on the whole cloud seeding and then that it's not working as well as they thought, and you know that they've been trying that to get that to years. 2 tsunamis in 5 years from Japan. Wow. Time to move, Alicia. Yep, time to move. I was watching a video the other day about one of the tsunamis that came through and like how it cracks it just wipes everything out so fast. Tina Fabian, what's happening? I'm trying to catch back up here. Bear with me. See the Walton, she says Judy gets firewood to get shorts to get firewood. It's not that bad if you can go in there and catch around that fire. Right? Yeah. You know, that day, that snake that came out that day, that was crazy. He was that close to my feet again. And again, I you know, not get bit, but you know, he was damn sure letting me know, hey, I'm here. Oh, you see her back there now by the window? He says now notice you back there by the window. Oh yeah, we moved the couch and everything around, moved us all around in here. I only watch on YouTube, but Mel thought we should comment on David's. Yeah, comments. Yeah, do the comments. Watch all the you know, put him on a playlist overnight when you go to bed tonight, and just put it down real low, and because he's not going to be able to put out any videos for a couple of days. I mean, Country Road Cure when they got hacked, luckily, you know, they had Mel right there, and they were able to get on it right away and get it taken care of right away. Being that we are smaller channels, I don't know how well that's going to go over, or how fast he's going to be able to get it resolved. But we're all praying for him because that just, man, that I just can't even imagine getting hacked. I don't know what we would do. You know, I would have to go on there and start all over again, and probably I don't know. I have a Levo 2 machine, and I use dried mullein, red ginger rooting, stinging nettles, and a few other herbs I have used, and raw honey. Okay, I missed that one. I'm trying to keep up with them, y'all. They're flying by on me. There's Stuart Hunter. What's happening? Santa Cruz. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Definitely watch that one on Santa Cruz. You know, that one that happened a few years ago down in the islands down there, that was crazy how that just wiped out, the whole island pretty much. It seemed like contact Google immediately, can do it on Twitter X. Really? Okay. But is it still going to be the same? It's still going to take forever to get back and forth? People make a living. I know, right? I agree. I agree that, that's, everybody, it's like haters beware, because, that's pretty much what it is. It's either, they don't want to take the time to work for it themselves. So they basically steal somebody else's stuff and think it's going to happen. Yeah, the dogs finally got new beds, y'all. One of you awesome subscribers sent them new beds, so they're loving it. Even though Bandy is the only one that will still not get on the bed. She just, I don't know what her deal is. Oh, really, David? That's cool. Google responds in 24 hours as a general rule. All right. Kimber K, yeah, it sounds like everyone that has had a channel needs to write down their YouTube information. Thank God Mel had come on back. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, thank God for that. Um, we wrote ours down for sure. Like I said, I've got two of them now stashed, so just in case for that reason. Um, so that way, if something ever happens, I can go back and get it recovered, hopefully fairly quickly. We're not like some of the bigger channels where, we're making that much money. So, especially with all this rain, it's really hard to make any money. Yeah, it was crazy, Neil. It was, in fact, all of his channels got hacked. I mean, he's got 3 channels there, and all of them went down. Just hit the thumb. That's right. Don't be a bum, Ariel. I know, right? You can't have that much trust in the world anymore because of that. I mean, he was just responding to a normal email, like we do collabs all the time. In fact, I've got 3 of them pending right now that, and thankfully one is a new one, and a couple of them are ones that I haven't done work with yet. But so like I said, that's a lot of our income right there. So when you see those, that's how we make our extra, our the majority of our money. Watching the ads doesn't pay all that much. Dinkin Tank says, we do it for fun. We don't make money. Oh, we got to get you making money. That's right. Hit that thumb. You can still be a bum if you want to. Free country, man. Free world. Be a bum all you want to. I don't care. I will not be caring. Oh, I missed that one. Headed to watch Come On Homestead for the most of the night. Thank you. That is awesome, Jay. That we appreciate that. Delete their videos after uploading to YouTube to be safe. I would invest in a bunch of external hard drives instead of deleting. And we've got a couple of those too, um, just in case for that, for that reason. I know, right? And yeah, like us, we don't make that much money. Like we were doing okay there for a while, and then all of a sudden, our channel just took a major hit, and I don't know what happened, but it just all went downhill from that. Like, we're not up there yet. You know what I mean? Pretty much less than half than we were making this time last year. Hard drives are a must. Yeah, and I know you got to get the solid state ones too. So, like I said, we've got one around here that I need to clean up and start doing that and start putting it on there. But y'all, I'm not real techie, so for me to go through that stuff, um, it's I don't know. I got to have David over here to help me with my video cameras half the time. uh, I'm not Google Finance yet, but I'm covering all my bases after Rocks and Ant got hit. Yeah, we know your store. Smurfette goes wild in the city. I don't care who you are. That right there's Fanny. uh, we're also coming out of the C era. More people are back to work. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So, it is what it is. And YouTube recommends that, Barbara. Videos 15 or 25 minutes is the recommended video length. So that's what I try to strive to. Like my video right now for tomorrow is, I still got a few more minutes to add to it, but I like to keep right around 25 to 30 minutes myself. That's what YouTube likes to push, and so that's what I've been working on. And I've been trying this new thing, that with the shorts and what have you like that. Heartland HQ and Dink and Tank said your chokers look great, Shorty.
Hi, and thank you.
Channel split. They drive down badly. They do, yeah. This one took a major hit, but it actually took a hit before that. I mean, that was one of the reasons that was started was to see if it would make a difference, and it didn't help it at all. Back in the day, videos were only allowed to be 9 minutes. Wow. I don't remember even watching YouTube that far back. Most of his videos are 1 to 2 hours. And there are some, that can get them like that and do that, like there's a channel I watch that that he puts out some that are an hour long, but that guy is also, he does 1 million views in 4 or 5 hours, it's like, wow. And goes really blue when she wears her Smurfette outfit. Videos had to be 32. Wow, 320 by 480. You've been on YouTube that long, Andy Ann? That is crazy. Damn, 320 by 480. I don't know how anybody can even 9 minutes, huh? uh, no, of Roman Atwood. Okay, yeah, I think I've heard of Roman Atwood. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what that guy's name is that I watch a lot of. He's like he does recovery and stuff like that. Tina Fabian said hi, Miley.
Hi.
uh, See, just think, Ann, if you were doing videos nonstop from back then, where you would be today. There's Butt Nuggets. What's happening, y'all? And all other you boobers. When YouTube changed all the rules, I got hit with copyright and had to delete. Oh, man. That's crazy that they would, you would have to, if that you would be violating from old videos. You would think those old videos would be grandfathered in, being so the rules changed like that. Putting out some custom videos, but the shop is small and the jobs are huge. There's Brett. So everybody saying hi, Miley.
Yeah,
Are you reading them? Okay.
Yeah, give me.
I'm reading the chats over here, so I didn't see you waving back there. Oh man. You're not a grandmama. Oh man. So like I said, that's too bad that you couldn't get grandfathered in, or in your case, grandmothered in, in the end for those. So much cooler, and your hair is getting long. I know, right? Getting caught up in your chokers, your
What?
hair.
No, just
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that.
I hasn't actually been getting too much of that guitar time lately because of all the stuff. It's that time of year where we're constantly going outside, and now
And school's gonna start soon.
and chickens and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
and yeah, a lot of projects going on, so we haven't had much time to do much of that. Tutorials on how to convert VHS to digital, but the content was converting. I was converting that copyright. Oh man, that's crazy. Got copyrighted for that. Very in my main channel. I agree, but on the same note, like I said, it's no, the hit was before that. The hit this channel took was way before that. So that wasn't it at all. Like I said, the second one was hoping maybe it would fix it, but no, it just took a hit, and I don't know why. I don't know if people just find me boring. I don't know. All are not married and no kids. No married, so no grandbabies yet, huh? So you don't even, well, none that you know of anyway, Ann, right?
Thank you.
Recovery, does that channel do what, Gary? Yeah, off-road recovery, yeah. Like off-road recovery, a lot of stuff like that, and recovers, you know, everything. He recovers everything. Like I watched him pull a bulldozer out and sunk in the mud one time, and a trico sunk in the mud. And like earlier today, I watched him pulling a truck that went off of an embankment. Um, write songs for me to sing about the projects out at hand. Hey, that's a good idea. I wish I could. I don't know. Taking that time to learn the AI stuff. I've been trying to learn it, but like I said, I'm not super techie, y'all. So
I
when it comes to trying to get me to understand the terminology, um, from what they're asking for, that's the part that messes me up the most. There's Casey Liddell. No, it's not Casey Liddell. It's let's see if I can click over here real quick and find it. No, I think I've already gone through it. Guy's got a beard. He's got a really cool rig that he built. Big brother is watching. I agree. I agree, Joe. Heavy D. That's another one I watch. Yep, I watch the Heavy D every now and then. Yep, I like Heavy D. And like I said, this guy's got a beard. Maybe it is Heavy D Sparks. Sparks is his name, I think. Oh, I know. They're watching and listening to your phone all the time because it's like I'll talk about something, and the next thing you know, we flip on the TV, and that ad will come up. Like, okay, what are you listening to? you know, 10-minute warning. I will not be taking mornings. And Diesel Dave, I haven't seen Diesel Dave. I did used to watch the Diesel Brothers years ago. I don't know if they're still doing any of that crazy stuff or not. And Think Tank, I never forget, right? Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's nutty. You can mention something in your own house, and all of a sudden you'll get ads pop up. So I don't know if the TV is listening, or if your computer's listening, or your phone's listening. I've tried to go through there and find the settings so that they can't do that. Right? Yeah, yeah. If you even But you know, I'm expecting that from Amazon to do that. Like if you go on Amazon and you search something or uh, and do that kind of stuff like that, you know, I expect that those ads to pop up for that, but not when you're just sitting around and you're like sitting in the backhoe and you talk about something like that, you know, sitting in the shop and you talk about something like that. Well, yeah, I need to get one of these tools or toys and you know and do that, and you know, all of a sudden you're getting an ad pop up there. Which one is that, Tina? Use DuckDuckGo as your browser. It isn't watched. And I've also heard that um, Firefox, years ago, someone told me about Firefox as a browser too, that doesn't hardly ever get hacked. We're just gonna eat the bugs, through the chickens, right? Oh, Alexa, yeah, Alexa used to be real bad about that. Our Alexa stays inside the camper anymore. Like we don't even hardly ever use the camper anymore. I keep buffering. I shouldn't be buffering. I mean, we got 500 gigs of internet over here now. Firefox is why. So I switched between Firefox and DuckDuckGo. I thought you were joking about that, Ann. DuckDuckGo. I would not be knowing DuckDuckGo. uh, DuckDuckGo. All right, I'm gonna have to check it out. Oh, so see the buffering's on your end, Paul. So we shouldn't be having. I am hardwired in on this one over here on this computer. It's a real browser. Okay. Like I said, I thought you was kidding, so I'm gonna have to check it out now. See, Dinkin Tank says straight here, so it's on you, Paul. Government is watching you, Paul. They're buffering so they can listen to the rest of your conversation there. I'm going back to see him. He a real human. They ever do that to him? Somebody go check him out. Let's clear it up now. Hitting his table. No, I think they were just buffering on you, Paul, just so they could check you out. That was when they was putting in the extra spy cams on you. What's that crazy fool eating for dinner now? What's he doing? Don't you do that. Don't look at though. Oh, there's one for you. Anybody know that song? Don't look at though. It's too late. She done got a free shot. Okay, so nobody said that. Anybody know that song? What that song is from, or what that uh, verse is from? I know everybody's sitting there thinking about it now. Don't look at the the street. There you go. Oh yes, they call him the street. You need to send me a damn bet. That's what we call Missouri around here. Misery, misery. It's gonna be white coats coming for me, right? Make you hug yourself and one of them snazzy, extra double, triple buckle up jackets. There she goes, naked as a jaybird. That's right. Streaking right through the fruits and vegetables.
I'm cooking.
Oh, I agree. You gotta, I mean, that's what it's all about, is taking care of. It's all the color, yeah. You know, and not that couple. Buffy, look, it's color coded. Boogity, boogity. 30 years I've been after my doctor to put me down. He said, hell no, you was a good check right there, son. Standing tall in the fight. I agree. That's just what, when I was stationed in Fort Leonard Wood, that's what we used to sing all the time, was that song right there, that cadence. Misery, misery, that's all this army is to me. I lived in Kansas too, Fort Riley, the Big Red One. Yep. I can give you the recipe. What's that for? I'm leaving that one alone. Oh yeah, that doctor, Paul's doctor, said, hell no, I'll just keep feeding him this junk right here, and he'll stay sick and just keep giving me a paycheck." Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be that faded rose from days gone by? I spent my time at Fort Lost in the Woods. Yep, Fort Lost in the Woods, Missouri. And yes, for all of you in Texas down there, lots of prayers and thoughts and all that stuff going out to everybody down there. My sister lives down there. She wasn't in the flooded area, but just the crazy stuff is going on there. All right, Ann, I know it's dinner time for everybody, and we got about 2 or 3 minutes here yet. So big love, Annie Ann. Southeast Kansas girl in the sticks. I didn't know Kansas had sticks. Ever seemed like every place I've been in Kansas was flat as far as the eye could see. uh, Here's a good one. Was it buffering on my end? Okay, Diamond Ridge, y'all be good, be safe out there, everybody. We love everybody. We love each and every one of y'all. Appreciate you joining us tonight. I don't know what happened, or our everything's going down, but we are getting back up there. We're gonna come back. We're gonna make a big comeback here soon. So everybody have a great week, and don't forget. I don't know if the Grady's are going live tonight or not, but they haven't been lately. So anyway, tell them we sent you over there, and let's go watch David's and get David back up there and see if we can get him recovered. So we'll go ahead and call it a minute early so everybody can take a break. There's T McD and Flat Gypsum and Rock, right? There you go. Okay. So anyway, y'all be great, be safe, and if you, like I said, send out some of that love and healing energies down there to the Texas folks for us, and we'll see you all tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys. She's getting her princess wave on.
I'm not a princess.